freaks in a selfish age. It's true, I would not want to live yesterday's wars, but at least in those days, the people shared a strong identity. They enjoy an enviable social cohesion.
What do you mean by that?
Look at the citizens of Bosom, for instance. They live by sleeping. Numbed by the daily routine, we are, in a terrible rut. They bow to daily distraction. The government could order them to commit suicide, and they would obey without being aware. They obey the boss. They just do it. They are dominated by power. Me, I like seeing them when they vote. I long to see that day. Do you know why? Because, despite the tragedy and the lies against the community, every fucking Bosom citizen shows up and he goes vote. He has a preference among the monsters. I don't really know. What else is needed to explain to them that this false and disguised democracy has failed precisely, in order to representing a democratic system? People have no conscience. They cannot understand. Just dormant, as in endlessly sleeping. Yet they go to choose, under the indirect command of the media. I repeat, they go to choose among the monsters.
Maybe they have no alternatives. William, do you think citizens have alternatives to carry out their duty as democratic people?
Tell me, Barry. Do you listen to the people? I say, do you ever listen to people and families in difficulty, without analyzing the cause of their needs? I'm often with them. I offer food and goods necessary for them. They're no happy about all that. Why would they think that? But what do they really do, to become aware, to awaken their hearts and radically change all the things in here? They don't do anything about this. They are led by you, by media, by reporters and by movements that support you financially, in order to tell publicly, are just fucking talking shit. If everyone woke up from this sleep and everyone think for themselves, the people will be able to see the world fresh and clear. And everyone will be able to feel the shackles in my ankles and wrists.
You are always so funny in your indecipherable claims. I invited you here because you're so funny. Once again. Your words do viewership and you glued to the TV million viewers. I guess, my friend, democracy is just that. If it failed, you wouldn't be here talking badly about Bosom's politicians, media and citizens. Don't you think? Well, you contradict your own conclusions.
Thank you very much for my chance, to tell people the truth. But you wouldn't have invited me here if my truth don't increases the show's ratings, is it not? I'm not even contradicting me. You use democracy for your purely utilitarian purposes. Otherwise, you not give me this chance.
I have to admit you're right about that. Please, bestow on us your wisdom. What exactly should citizens do to bring about this change you are talking about? Have they to blindly trust you?
Oh, there are countless factors confirming my overall opinion about people's behavior. Citizen gets up in the morning, around, say, 6 o'clock, or 7 o'clock, on average. He takes a subway, in a hurry. He doesn't have time to wave to his small children. He commuting to work as a nameless shadow. To the company, he's nothing but an article number, nothing more. The average citizen respects the time and the behavioral metric. He doesn't talk back to his boss, not even when his boss abuses his patience. He knows he'd be fired, replaced in seconds, losing his job. That right now, it's so fucking precious, like water in the desert. Citizen is underpaid, but this isn't condition that he needs to agree to. Around for a sandwich and then come back in, ready to work. In the evening he is tired and disheartened. He thinks about poor finances, and an economic budget that isn't enough to pay monthly taxes. He doesn't have the time to know the truth about who he is, where he is, and to see how his sons are doing. People go to bed addicted to routine and exhausted from daily stress. If he could find the time for a walk, he'd be stopped by neighbor gangs, under the control of an organization commanded by the trucks. And, therefore, he getting beaten up, or he pays, in order just to cross the street. We ask ourselves, is this life? But nothing is changing with respect to the current position. The citizen does not have time to think about this. Although the truth is there for all to see, he isn't doing a thing about it.
What are these truths?
One of these truths is the Warner Project. It is well known that the project aims to making money on immigration. I don't think I'm smarter than others, and I'm not conceited, and I don't think I'll understand the situation better than the others men. I'm one of the few citizens who gave one thought about this.
The Warner Project is aimed at hosting refugees from the island of Edessra. They flee the civil war. Come on, William, it's just a humanitarian project. I didn't think you were a Republican.
Indeed, I'm not a Republican. And there is no doubt that the Union has allocated billions of dollars to fund the organizations that will host, and will help, the trucks. Do you think our beloved Mayor Warner doesn't have his organizations to make money on these alleged humanitarian projects? Do you really believe that?
The capital will be made up of traceable money. It will be spent only to finance the reception of refugees.
I was a councilman and I know very well how the council invested the money sent to us by the Union.
All right, man, okay. Let's forget it. My show has lasted for over 20 years, won't you get me fired now? Right? Still, William, you didn't tell us what citizens should do to get this damn change you talk so much about.
But I already told you that. People has no conscience. Citizens needs to take back their conscience.
If it were available in the markets, citizens could easily buy, man. Where is this precious conscience?
Surely, your viewers and you guys heard about Dr. Reed. I well know that the media, and even your show, would like to make all people believe that poor Dr. Reed was killed because of a banal robbery or a silly street thug.
No, I'm sorry, William. Sorry, but I have to stop you. I cannot. You promised me not to mention poor Dr. Reed's case. Now there is an ongoing investigation and it just doesn't seem right to him to propagandize it.
This is the best example.
I'm sorry.
Are citizens enough unconscious and sedated to don't understand that Dr. Reed was killed by emissaries from EO Pharma to prevent him from divulging the alternative cure to Bayer, which he had discovered? Sadly for Dr. Reed, the cure he discovered isn't as rewarding much as the auxilium therapy. Remember that auxilium generates a turnover of staggering dimensions for EO Pharma. Each year this capital is shared between companies and holding companies accused of serious crimes in the recent past.
No reason, I just have to stop you.
That possible?
I'm sorry,
have
stop,
you ever thought,
I can't let you talk.
Have you ever stopped to think that these big guys, politicians, administrators, great entrepreneurs, financiers and prestigious figures of the city, they never get Bayer? I mean, don't you think about stuff
William,
like that?
Stop you.
I know
You
Dr.
cannot
Reed's
talk
sons
like
and wife.
that in my show.
They share my
Stop,
ideas.
William,
I'll tell
for
you something.
God's sake,
We'll
get off
find
the
the
air
girl.
right
We'll
now.
find the witness who will confirm my accusations.
We must silence this yapping dog. Now.
AEDA Editions.